We have an update in the Anthony Farah Timepiece Gentleman saga. I was actually just tipped off by a subscriber. I had literally forgotten about this, that Anthony had a court date. And this past Friday, he pled guilty to two separate charges, one of wire fraud and one of mail fraud. We'll get to this press release from the DOJ. Former owner of the Timepiece Gentleman luxury watch consignment store in Beverly Hills pleads guilty to fraud charges. Friday, October 11, 2024, Los Angeles man who ran a Beverly Hills luxury consignment business and is known as the Timepiece Gentleman pled guilty today to swindling dozens of his customers out of at least $5.6 million. Anthony Farah, 36, formerly of downtown Los Angeles, pled guilty to one count of wire fraud and one count of mail fraud. He has been in federal custody since November of 2023. According to his plea agreement from November 2022 to November 2023, Farah used his business, also called the Timepiece Gentleman, to connect purchasers and sellers of high-end watches. In a typical consignment sale, a client would ship a watch to the Timepiece Gentleman, and Farah would take possession of the watch, agreeing to display it at his Beverly Hills store and through online social media marketing. The items involved in this case included luxury watches by Rolex, Richard Mille, and Patek Philippe, among others. Once the watch was sold, Farah was supposed to remit the sales proceeds back to the client, minus the consignment fee, which typically was approximately 5% of the sale price. If the watch did not sell with a specific time for a specified price, Farah would then return the watch to the client. However, instead of remitting watch sales proceeds or the unsold watches themselves back to the clients, Farah sold the client's watch and kept the proceeds for himself. He also used client watches without the client's knowledge or permission as collateral for the loans that he took out from his lenders. When a client asked about the status of the watch on the consignment sale, Farah lied and said that the watch had not been yet sold, in which, in fact, Farah already sold the watch or otherwise disposed of it, keeping the funds for his own personal benefit. And that was the alleged, or now, I mean, not really alleged, the Ponzi scheme, essentially, that he was setting up through his business and using the Timepiece Gentleman, as his cover. In addition to this consignment sale business, Farah also appropriated to purchase watches on behalf of his clients. Typically, a client sent funds to Farah, often by wire transfers to his bank accounts or through payment processes such as Zelle, for purpose of Farah locating and buying a specific watch on the client's behalf. But in fact, Farah took the client's money and used it for other purposes, such as buying or leasing luxury automobiles, apartments, and other luxury goods. And you can watch that confession video here on my channel, and I'll clip the link up above if you want to check that out, if you're new coming into the Anthony Farah Timepiece Gentleman saga. When a client who had sent money asked Farah about the status of a watch, Farah often sent other watches to the client to tide the client over or lull them into a false sense of security regarding the status of the purchase. Similar to a Ponzi scheme, the other watch Farah sent to the client often belonged to other clients who themselves sent him to that watch for consignment for that sale. So, hey, I don't have it, so just take this instead. And then when I get the sale of that, I'll give you the money. That was never sent. Never did any of that. These clients were unaware Farah was using their watches for that purpose rather than attempting to sell the watches on his behalf of the clients. In total, Farah fraudulently obtained money and property belonging to more than 40 victims, and caused the total loss of at least $5,691,005. Wow. Well, he was right. He said $5 million was what he was into. The United States District Judge Josephine Stanton has scheduled a January 31st, 2025 sentence hearing in which time, Farah will face a statutory maximum sentence of 20 years in federal prison for each count. Wow. The FBI, IRS Criminal Investigation, and Beverly Hills Police Department investigated this matter. Assistant U.S. Attorney Joshua Masner of the Violent and Organized Crime Section is prosecuting this case. Unbelievable. 20-year maximum sentence for each count. So he's looking at 40 years total. Probably given his criminal past, everything that we have known, the multiple DUIs, the drug charges, and now this, he may end getting 40 years in prison. I'm going to probably say 20. I bet she gets 20 years. 20 years. So that would put Farah at 56 years old by the time he gets out of prison. 56 years old by the time he gets out of prison. So that is an update in the Anthony Farah Timepiece Gentleman saga. And I will keep you all up to date when a sentence happens on January 31st, 2025. Wow. What a wild ride. You know, and I said this at the beginning of all of this. This guy had the ability to do it the right way, but that criminal mind was always inside him. He had the tools, he had the knowledge, he had that it factor that, you know, gravitated people to his channel, to his social media. And it was always one of those things like, I wonder what he's going to do now. And he had that ability to capture an audience, but used it in a criminal way. And here he is behind bars where he deserves, facing a maximum sentence of 40 years. So let me know what you all think down in the comments down below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And when that sentence happens in January, I will keep you updated. And that's it. And you know, it's such a long, almost sad story for one Anthony Farah that could have really made something out of himself and done it the right way. But he chose to continue to keep doing this with a criminal mind. And that's what happens. You get caught. You get caught. So that's it. Talk to you all guys soon. I hope you enjoyed this update. Take care. Bye-bye.